Rowan County Clerk Kim Davis is headed to jail for refusing to issue marriage licenses. We have team coverage of today's developments from the courthouse in Ashland to the clerk's office in Rowan County.
Lexington's needle exchange program begins tomorrow. We'll show you how it works.
And the owner of American Pharoah reveals when and where the Triple Crown winner will race again.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good afternoon. The Rowan County Clerk is on her way to jail this afternoon over her refusal to issue marriage licenses. Judge David Bunning gave Kim Davis 2 opportunities to change her mind, but she would not. This is a live review now of the scene outside the federal courthouse in Ashland ahead of today's hearing. Proceedings began about 11 this morning and wrapped up a little more than an hour ago. WKYT's Victor Puente was there for all of it. He is live outside the courthouse with the breaking details. Victor?
After 5 hours in court, it looks as though marriage licenses will be issued tomorrow in Rowan County, but County Clerk Kim Davis won't be there. She took the stand today and tearfully described how she had had a religious conversion after her mother-in-law had died. She said she hadn't always been a good person, but had promised to love God. She was found in contempt for refusing to issue marriage licenses and taken into custody by U.S. Marshals. There was an audible gasp in the courtroom when that happened. Judge David Bunning said he didn't make the decision lightly, but felt it was necessary. After the hearing, her attorneys said they would file to get her released.
Today, for the first time in history, an American citizen has been incarcerated for having the belief and conscience that marriage is the union of one man and one woman. And she's been ordered to stay there until she's willing to change her mind.
5 of her 6 deputy clerks told the judge that they would be willing to follow his order. Her son Nathan said he would not. The judge said that was enough for them to begin issuing marriage licenses beginning tomorrow. He didn't set a timeline for when Davis might be released. Live in Ashland, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Victor, thank you. At times, it was circus-like an atmosphere outside the courtroom. Dozens of people on both sides of the issue showed up today to voice their support. It was mostly peaceful with singing and chants, but at times the protesters yelled back and forth at each other. When the ruling was announced, those in support of gay marriage erupted into cheers, yelling, "Love wins."
I would love to get paid $80,000 a year to not do my job. People need to have equal rights.
This is coming against the Word of God and all the Holy Bible. 1 Corinthians chapter 6 says that no homosexual will inherit the kingdom of God.
Kim Davis's new home away from home is the Carter County Detention Center. Several supporters of Davis are already at the jail with signs as a show of support for her. There are currently 172 inmates there. The majority are men. Davis could be put in isolation or a 6 or 20-woman pod at the facility. All inmates receive 3 meals a day and access to a commissary. They also get 1 hour each day for recreation. Each pod has a community television. Lights are out at 10 each night, and wake up is at 6 a.m. for inmates on medication. Outside ministries come to the detention center on various days to conduct religious services. Well, it was a much quieter day in Rowan County with protesters heading to Ashland for the hearing.
While the demonstrators were gone, there were still plenty of people around with an opinion on what happened today. Our Miranda Combs continues our breaking news team coverage live in Rowan County with reaction to the outcome. Miranda?
Yeah, Sam, people have trickled in and out of the courthouse all day, but mostly with issues unrelated to Kim Davis. But as soon as that federal hearing was over, people came out to tell us what they thought on both sides.
What are you happy about?
I'm glad that she went to jail. Yes.
Why?
Because I support the gay community.
County Clerk Kim Davis already had this sign up first thing this morning. Her office would be closed for the entire day because she and her deputy clerks were called to federal court. The courthouse was relatively quiet throughout the day, though, even after the judge sent her to jail until she agrees to follow the law. But in the quietness, people came, one to pray.
I came here to water this ground with the seed of my tears on behalf of Miss Kim.
She stayed for a while, praying her support would give Davis peace.
I would say, Kim Davis, stand firm. And we're standing with you. And God is standing with you. And the angels are with you. And you are not alone.
Close Davis friend Ann Henderson agrees.
And I stand behind Kim. Even after the decision today, I will still stand behind her.
But others here in the county are ready to celebrate.
If she went to jail, that's great, because she don't need to be in there anyway. If you signed a paper to do a job, they need to do it. Not sit here and say, oh, this is my religion, this is that. You sign papers to do a job. Do your job.
But the one thing both sides seem to agree on is the pain this issue has caused the entire county.
At the end of the day, we all live in this town as one.
Just to give you an idea about the concerns that are possible here with the crowds tomorrow, the Judicial Center, which is right across the street from the courthouse, has already pulled me aside this evening and told us where to park in the morning because of their concerns about those crowds that are sure to show up first thing tomorrow morning. For now, we're live in Rowan County. Miranda Combs, WKYT.
Very emotional day for many people. Thank you, Miranda. And you can stay up to date on this story online. Check WKYT.com for the latest updates and video.
In other news today, investigators with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms are investigating an eastern Kentucky fire. ATF agents arrived on the scene at the Main Street Mall building in Hazard. They spent the day making safety assessments before they start their investigation.
You're going to use the crane and remove the large pieces and help maintain the safety structure while the investigators are inside. So we're going to remove the big pieces to get to the little pieces.
The investigation is expected to start tomorrow.
A man wanted for shooting another man in the face is in jail. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Fleming County. Police say that 34-year-old Jonathan Mays shot Norman Johnson, then ran into a wooded area on South Lick Road near Hillsboro. Mays turned himself into the Fleming County Sheriff's Department this morning. Johnson went to UK Hospital for treatment but has since been released. The trial for a man accused in a Casey County murder is underway now. Bobby Rigdon is on trial in Warren County for the murder of Wendell Gleason Piles. Piles was shot and killed outside Tartar Gate Company back in 2012. The Bowling Green Daily News reports a cellmate of Rigdon's testified today. Another man, David Salyers, is serving a 20-year sentence for complicity in this case. Rigdon's attorney says Salyers is the one who shot Piles.
Starting tomorrow, the Lexington-Fayette County Health Department will launch a new program allowing drug users to exchange their dirty needles for free, clean ones. WKYT's Sam Smith talked to a health advocate who explains why the program is needed here in Central Kentucky.
So it's a public health initiative. It's not a heroin treatment program.
Lexington's Commissioner of Health is talking about a new program that will allow drug users to come into the health department and exchange dirty needles for clean ones. It's free and confidential.
People must bring in needles to get clean needles.
So why would the health department put out needles in the community?
We want to stop the spread of hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and HIV.
Dirty needles and heroin go hand in hand. Lexington police say in 2013, they've seen a 60% increase in heroin overdose deaths, something community health advocate Frida Downey is familiar with.
In the last 6 months, I've received calls from people and parents telling me that they have found needles places, and I've just seen an increase in heroin deaths. Some of my friends have died from heroin.
Although some may argue that what the health department is doing by handing out clean needles is promoting illegal activity, Downey believes the community is suffering and something must be done to help.
It's very serious and people are dying from this. This is not just a drug that you live on for years. People are dying and passing away from this, and nothing hurts a family more than to have your loved one pass away from a heroin overdose.
In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
The needle exchange program will start tomorrow from 1:30 to 4 p.m. at the Health Department on Newtown Pike. Triple Crown winner American Pharoah will race again.
And the horse's owner announcing that decision today, and our Rob Bromley's here with more on when we'll see him on the track once more. Very exciting, Rob.
Well, it is. The decision is made. American Pharoah will race again, and he will be pointed towards the Breeders' Cup Classic at Keeneland. Owner Ahmed Zayat saying today the Triple Crown winner deserves another chance. Zayat had concerns about his horse after that runner-up finish in the Travers Stakes at Saratoga. But Zayat said American Pharoah came out of the race in great shape, and the decision is to run again. If Pharoah goes to the post at Keeneland, he'll become the first Triple Crown winner to run in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Now, it is possible American Pharoah could have a prep race before the Breeders' Cup. That decision has not been made. Sam?
Rob, thank you. American Pharoah had won 8 straight races prior to his loss last weekend in the Travers. A judge clearing quarterback Tom Brady's 4-game suspension, but the legal fight may not be over. What the NFL commissioner plans to do.
UK is teaming up with another hospital in order to resume pediatric heart surgeries. We'll have the details on their new plan in Better Living.
And a steamy day again across the Bluegrass table. We're also tracking a couple of spotty showers and thunderstorms. A tour of live First Alert Defender right after the break.